Let's start with the NFL draft. That, of course, is what everybody in the football world is talking about this weekend. The NFL draft has come, it has gone, and the state of Texas once again had a big role to play in it. If you take a look at TXHSFB.com, we've got a running list, a tracker of all the players with Texas ties, whether they played college or high school in Texas, who were drafted. Do you know, Pickle, how many players who played Texas high school football were drafted?
I do not.
The answer is 24.
Okay.
24, second in the nation behind Florida. Florida always puts out the most. Florida put out 30, and Texas came in second with 24. Do you know, Pickle, this is just this fun fact time.
Okay, fun facts.
Do you know
We got fun facts.
which Texas high school had multiple draft picks this year?
I don't.
The answer is Frisco Lone Star.
That would not have been my guess.
Jalen Ford went in the 5th round, 175th overall to the New Orleans Saints. And then in the 7th round, Trey Taylor, the safety, got drafted by the Raiders. So yes, there were multiple Frisco Lone Star players who were drafted.
I'm sure Jeff Rayburn and company were pumped.
Oh yeah, it was a grand total of 24 players from 23 high schools. There were 3 players with Texas ties taken in the first round. The first one, number 16 overall, Byron Murphy, the defensive tackle from DeSoto, and then of course from Texas, went number 16 overall to the Seattle Seahawks. That was not necessarily surprising. I think that was the one everybody said that's going to be the first Texan off the board.
Yeah.
It just kind of depended on where he was going to get. And he had, I want to say, it was our friend Joe Hoyt at Lone Star Live who had tweeted out. He said that he had said he knows he's not getting past 16. And sure enough, 16 came. And he was taken off board. 12 picks later, Kansas City took Xavier Worthy. I believe they traded up to get him. They traded with the Bills. So the Bills allowed them to go and draft the fastest player in the draft.
Yeah, great job, Buffalo.
Certainly a choice by the Bills, who were eliminated by the Chiefs. And then the next pick, we were on a heater. Number 29 overall to Ashley Pickles, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeet.
Tyler Guyton, the offensive tackle from Oklahoma via TCU, and more importantly, Manor High School. The Manor Mustangs get on the board as Tyler Guyton is a first-round draft pick.
Which makes me happy because Ish is from Manor 1, but Ish can't stand the Cowboys. So it was a good checks and balances situation.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a little yay boo.
Yeah, exactly.
For Ish. That works.
Yeah, he made sure to leave Dallas Cowboy off most of the graphics.
Other notable draft picks. There were, let's see, is that 7? There were 7 players with Texas ties taken in the second round. Jalen Polk out of Lufkin was taken 37th overall. Next, Tavondre Sweat from Huntsville in Texas went to the Tennessee Titans. Edgerrin Cooper from Texas A&M got drafted by the Packers. Jonathan Brooks, former Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, got drafted 46th overall by the Carolina Panthers. Of course, he from Hallettsville. Adonai Mitchell from Fort Bend Ridgepoint and from Texas got drafted 52nd. Patrick Paul from Jersey Village and the University of Houston went 55th overall to the Miami Dolphins. And then Ennis Rakestraw Jr. out of Mizzou and from Duncanville got drafted 61st overall by the Detroit Lions.
We always said that this moment was coming quickly for me, but the Jonathan Brooks getting drafted just
made you feel old.
Oh, I felt so old.
Oh yeah,
I felt so old. That was when Lano got the Jonathan Brooks experience in the state semifinal. I'm still scarred.
Yeah, we were hosting, we were doing a show together. We mourned.
Yeah.
Your team getting Jonathan Brooks
Lano
in 2019. Another one that kind of got me was Jordan Whittington. Jordan Whittington got drafted 213th overall by the Rams, of course, from Cuero, and you just remember his legendary performance in that 2019 title game?
No, it's 2018.
2018 because
it was before I started. So that one didn't hit me as hard.
Yeah.
The Jonathan Brooks one, obviously, Jonathan Brooks is a lot younger than
obviously he's class of
Whittington
2021,
too,
and now he's going to make a lot of money playing football.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy for him.
Anyway, there you go. You can see everyone who was drafted at TexasFootball.com. Let's roll on, stay in the college football ranks for a moment, and talk a little bit about the transfer portal, which continues to roll. There are a couple of big things that came down the transfer portal. The biggest one, I would say, The Mountain. Not Greg Powers.
Not our mountain.
Not our mountain.
The original mountain.
The OG mountain.
Who then inspired our mountain.
Texas Football Today's own Bryce Foster, the Texas A&M center, has entered the transfer portal. Bryce Foster was a DCTF 4-star, and I know in talking with Greg Powers, like flirting with 5-star status. He was a big time. Actually, no, we've got him listed as a former 5-star. Maybe he was 5-star.
Yeah, he was.
Big time prospect, just one of the strongest players you'd ever seen. Came out of Katy Taylor. He has entered the transfer portal. It's out of Texas A&M. It's going to become a very, telling his story is going to be interesting because you go back to his freshman year, and he was like a freshman All-American. He was spectacular at center for Texas A&M, and you were thinking, all right, this guy is like, you just pencil him in. Mm-hmm. After that, he's dealt with a lot of injuries. He's been bit by the injury bug, something fierce. He's also, I don't know how much you chalk up to injury, how much you chalk up to just like the play getting better on the field, stuff like that. He never quite measured back up to that freshman All-American status. But now with the spring game come and gone, Bryce Foster, who was still penciled in to be their starting center, is entering the transfer portal. He just kind of again, he had a season-ending injury in 2022, and then it cost him 5 games in 2023, and he just never really. And then the other thing is that A&M recently added a Utah transfer, Coley Faiu, F-A-A-I-U. Right.
That's a lot of vowels.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's an illegal use of a vowel.
Yeah.
But they added him.
15-yard penalty on the vowels.
And he's expected to be the starting center now. And so I wonder if someone along the lines, whether it was Bryce Foster, kind of indicated to them that he would like a change of venue, or A&M went out and nabbed this guy, and he saw the writing on the wall. And whatever the case may be, Bryce Foster is in the transfer portal.
Does Bryce Foster still have his eye? Do we know if he still has his eyes set on the Olympics? Because remember, he was the incredible shot putter.
He still is.
Okay.
He's still shot putter and
discus.
discus.
Yeah.
Shot and discus.
As he had big talks in high school about wanting to, or about chasing the dream of going to the Olympics.
I would imagine that's still in play.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think the injuries. Because it was a knee injury, I think, that cost him in 2022, and obviously that hurts for shot and disc. So, in any case, Bryce Foster is in the transfer portal. You can see all the transfer portal movers and shakers in TexasFootball.com if you go check out there. Finally, a couple of last-minute, late Texas high school football coaching changes. This is coming down from our own Matt Stepp at Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Godley is looking for a head coach. As Curtis Lowry is stepping down after 5 seasons. He led them to the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 jobs. He's a Stephenville product. He came, if you remember, he left Levelland to go take over there at Godley. Did really well there in those 5 years, including a run to the regional semifinals in 2022. But this was he has stepped down, so Godley is looking for a new head coach. Orr City has made a hire. Jeremy Kubiak, the former Tatum offensive coordinator, is going to be the next head coach for Orr City. He's been in East Texas the last 14 seasons, last 2 as the offensive coordinator there at Tatum. So before that he was Wascom's offensive coordinator, part of 2 state championship titles with guys like Junebug Johnson.
Yeah.
So in any case, those are some headlines from across the state of Texas. We've got you covered every step of the way at TexasFootball.com.